Fight me.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Excuse me. I had no clue that the mic wasn't working. I had no clue. To my people who are out there battling with depression and other different things, who are thinking about suicide, please don't. Just get help. 3 numbers, 988. I had no clue that the mic was not working. None. I was so oblivious. Dang. Yeah, it didn't report eligible. Yeah, that happened. Shout out to Ed W for jumping in the building. Let me see who else we got in here, man. I'm so sorry. I did not know. Giovanni Lyons in the building. Detroit D is in the building. We got Whiskey Neat, Chrome, Donkey Kong. We got Malik Akaido, Barbarian Lion 01. We got Anthony in the building from Rhode Lions UK. James Holyfield is in the building. We got Makai Holt. And let's see, am I forgetting anybody? We got D-Map Zoom. All right. Yeah, I was in the zone like a mug, man. This damn thing. I had no freaking clue. I'm sorry about that, good people. I'm gonna have to put a little message at the bottom of this, letting people know video starts at whatever time it is. Listen, good people. That's funny. Let me get right into it, because this is gonna be the last time I talk about this, and I can't. This damn call with the refs. All right. People, just understand something. I'll tell you that you can always believe a number of things. There are now stories coming out saying that they announced it in the stadium. and that the Lions had a chance to correct it because they did announce it in the stadium. I have talked to multiple people who were at the game who said that is not true. That they never announced it in the stadium at all. I have talked to a multitude of people who said that they were actually surprised that it was overturned. I'm just going to make it like this, people. It's over. It's done with. The reality is you're going to have to lick that wound and tell your team to make them pay by winning in the playoffs. That's how he's going to do. They're going to find a way to try to line it back up so there's a rematch between Dallas and Detroit, and the Lions are going to have to show up and perform. Okay? And so I can care less at this point. Shout out to my man Dan Spanos. What up, though? I can care less at this point. All right? The call happened. It's over and done with. I just know one thing. To every single person, including myself, never let nobody piss on your head and tell you it's raining. For somebody to say, oh, the Lions confused the officials. There is a big difference between confusing someone and someone assuming. Confusion, assume, are two different things. And anybody who watched that video can clearly tell he assumed. Well, Luke, you can't say that there's no audio. I don't need audio. He said 70 reported, but 70 never made it to him to report. And his reason was it was so loud in there, he can barely hear the two big-ass behemoth linemen in front of him in the first place. So I know he didn't hear the big rolling of one dance skipper running across. I know he didn't hear him. So I know that. And it is what it is. However, shout out to whoever did the billboards. If you have not heard, someone has paid a lot of money to put billboards up throughout the state of Michigan that reads Decker reported eligible, and it has Lions 11-5 with a Lion scratching that out 12-4 and a peaceful protest to the BS malarkey. I drove past two billboards and saw it and was like, oh, this is a thing. This is a thing for real. And I'm like, yo, shout out to them for that. My man Tactical Puma joins us. What up, though? Did people really think something would happen? No, I don't know what they thought, but it wasn't going to change. My man Raw in the building. What up, though? Singles Dead Club is in the building. That audio was fake on the Mexican broadcast. It wasn't on the American broadcast. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but like I said, he never announced it. He never announced it. I know that to be the truth, right? So it is what it is. However, I want to get into a story that's got me this. I said last show that I would not play any of my starters the last game of the season. That's what I said, right? I was very firm on that. I was like, I'm not playing none of my starters. It's a wrap. I changed my mind. And I do it for a number of reasons. And I'll tell you why. There are some things that the Lions can still do. They can still match the best record that they had in their history, which is 12 wins. They can, I think it's like 85 yards is what Gibbs need for like 1,000. I think it's something like that. And I think it's like 45 yards is what Montgomery needs to be for 1,000. And when it comes to Laporta, I think he needs like 140 yards, I want to say. I'm going to double check Laporta's though, because I really am trying to remember it. But I want that record. I want that record for them. I know the individual things and all that stuff. I want the record. You know, and to me, let me double check this. I'm just looking at it right now, people. I'm just looking at making sure I don't get these numbers wrong. So Sam Laporta is currently at 860. So yeah, he needs 140 yards to hit 1,000. Go out and get it done. I'm serious. Go out and get it done. Like, I'm down for it. Go give me my 140. When you go and you got 140 for him, David Montgomery, I want to make sure I get his numbers right. All right. David Montgomery needs, just making sure I'm double checking y'all people do the math now. David Montgomery needs 25 yards for a 1,000-yard season. He had 975 with 12 touchdowns and is still averaging 4.7 yards a game. Go out and get my man's his 1,000. I'm just being honest. I want it. I want it. Give me my, give me my stuff. Give it here. I want it. When we look at Jahmyr Gibbs has 915 yards. 915 yards is where he's at right now. That's 85 yards. Go out and get my first team to have 2,000-yard receivers, first team to have 2,000-yard rushers. That's impressive. Go get it done. I want it. We should have it. And on top of that, while there's like a 3% chance, 3%. I know 140 is a pretty tough task. I know. But it's the Vikings. And the Porter should be able to get that against the Vikings. I mean, seriously, he should be able to get that. Like, I'm not being funny when I say he should be able to get those numbers because it's not going to take much for him to get those numbers. So it's not like they got all these world beater linebackers over there. Go out and get it done. That's all I'm saying. But 25 yards for David Montgomery, 85 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs, and 140. I mean, hell. Look how many yards he got when they decided to throw it to him down the stretch. Call a lot of them same plays. Do that for about 2 quarters, you got 140. You'll be okay. Says shout out to Swift as well. He will have his first 1,000-yard season. Shout out to him. I like DeAndre Swift. I'm never let nobody talk me out of it. Harris and Locke reported down last game. I wouldn't say that. I would say that the Lions didn't necessarily make an assertive effort to go his way. Sometimes you may have a player who have a hot game who now all of a sudden everybody may go, we need to keep an eye on this guy, and it opens up other stuff. But I don't know if I would say he locked them down. He definitely had some drops in there, but I don't lock down. Monty will have like 1,300 if he doesn't miss those 3 or 4 games. I mean, the splits on how they run the ball is a problem, But I want it. I said don't play the starters. F it. Go for it. Go hard or go home. Okay, right? At this point, just go for it. Right? End on a high note. Carry that momentum into the next week. The other issue that concerns me that I thought about after the fact was you don't play your starters and they get cold. They get locked up in cold because they done been out for 2-3 weeks not playing. Nah, go ahead and play them. Keep them hot. Let's talk about Isaiah Buggs. People, this is a strange one. I know everybody likes to talk about how the Lions did not have any money. We didn't have any cap. Look, we had no cap. And I said, that's not true. We did. You just gave the money to who you gave the money to. And people did not want to hear it. They just, that's not what happened. That's exactly what happened. You gave the money to who you wanted to. And they gave a 2-year deal to Isaiah Buggs. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not saying that he gone. I'm not. He was an okay player. But I would be lying to you if I told you, oh my God, we're losing it. My more biggest concern is do we have the depth to be letting D tackles walk? That's my question. Do we have the depth to be letting D tackles go? Now, I've been hearing all kind of weird stories about him, But I hate to break the news to people. The real major reason why I can care less that he's leaving is because we also, on top of giving him a 2-year deal, which now you're going to have to pay him that money because he didn't meet the 2-year requirement for whatever reason. But you also traded up to take a D tackle in the 3rd round who has played 1 game. And at this point, if this big dude can't get in and have any type of production or any skill set, then why is he here? When he was drafted, all these people went out making up false stories, trying to big him up. Oh, see, Broderick Martin, I'm telling you, so this is why they brought him in. You want to tell me why he was always a developmental guy? Yeah, we don't trade up for developmental guys. You could trade up for a developmental guy who is going to be a stud. But I believe he has played, like 1 to 3 games. He has like a total of like 2 tackles. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when you make that kind of investment on a person, guess what? He gets to fucking play. He gets to play. And I'm not going to act like we get to overlook that. I'm not going to act like that's something we don't get to share in and say, you know what? This is how it's supposed to look. Broderick Martin should be taking over. But I still question, do we have enough depth in the interior? Yeah, I know we got Bonito. Yeah, I know Aleem McNeil is supposed to come back. Yeah, I know they moved Cominsky inside. Yeah, I know they moved Pascal inside. I get all this. But just the depth of the inside itself, do we have that to be talking about, oh, this D tackle got to go? And I'm sure it's going to be some kind of story that comes out later where somebody goes, oh, he didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be a Lion, Luke, so he's got to go. That's what they're going to say. But the reality is there's no love lost, in my opinion, about him being gone. None. Shout out to Dr. Detroit. What up, though? John Jones is in the building. I don't see it. C. Perry, what up, though? Joe Lewis, what up? He says, what up, Luke? Glad to see you on live. Congratulations on the new blessing. Keep talking your stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, man. Hoping we get a girl this time. I got 2 boys. I hope I get a girl. Just one. Just one. Because either way it goes, the factory is shut down. I ain't got it in me. You remember that scene in the Martin Lawrence show when he fought Tommy Hitman Hearns? And he looked over at Jenny and said, Jenny, I don't want to fight no more. I ain't got nothing else left. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no more. I don't want to fight no more. I can't. But Isaiah Buzz being, released it's not news to me. Somebody had to go. There's a number of other players that could have went. But at the end of the day, you drafted somebody. But the question just still remains, is there enough depth there? I don't trust it. Yeah, I heard about the little beefing that they was having because I would beef too. What the hell is a healthy scratch? My man Ross says, Luke, you got a new baby? Technically, yes. Yes, my wife is expecting our 3rd child. Child is due in July. And yeah, hoping that it's a girl. But I'm done. I'm done. Lock it up. Throw away the key. It's over. If it's not a girl, it's not a girl. She's just gonna have a house full of kings. That's all she's gonna have. But yeah, I heard about that beef and stuff. I heard it, but nope. I'm concerned about going into the playoffs cold. I'm concerned about that, but I also want the record. I want Jahmyr Gibbs, 85 yards. You telling me he can't get 85 rushing yards in this game? Come on. 25 yards for David Montgomery to get 1,000. He can't get 25 yards. The hardest one is going to be Laporta with the 140 yards, but I believe he can do it. Thanks, John Jones. The boy said, Luke, you took a break to make a baby. Actually, it was kind of the opposite, but yeah, I get what you're saying. No, what it was, man, work. Between work and being sick, that's what it was. If it's a girl, I'm sending you over some beautiful wigs so you can play along. Hey, send them. Send them. Gotta have fun. Believe it or not, gotta have some fun. You should see how I am with my nieces and nephews when they were kids. So, and how I am with my boys now. Another note that I want to hit on, because I think this is huge. This is something that I'm tired of hearing about too, and it's huge. And it's this idea that Dan Campbell is too aggressive. Has he ever made some bad decisions? Sure has. What head coach has not? But let's look at the reality. Let's look at the alternative and the reality of it. You live by a mentality that you can die by. Golden State shoots a lot of threes. I remember the go-to-work Detroit Pistons live and die by Rip Hamilton running around like a madman in circles to tire out people through a multitude of screens to take quick shots. And did it always work? Nope. But damn it, when it worked, and when it didn't, it didn't. We have to stop being so emotional in the moment of that. Oh, well, he went for it 3 times. So what? He keeps going for it on 4th down. So what? The one time he went for it on 4th down had them pent deep. It was 4th and 4. They didn't get it. Should have been a safety. We fudged on that. I don't care about the aggression. The aggression is supposed to happen. Because here's what I know it do. I know after that fake punt, did you see how they was covering the punts afterwards? Did you see how that went? We were getting some decent punt return yards after that fake punt. We started getting some different love. And you know why? It's because at the end of the day, you have to understand that it changes the way a team sees you. It changes the way that they want to play you. It changes the way that they go after you. And that's what you want. You want them second guessing it. Because I can tell you this. For y'all got to understand how crazy it is or what Ben Johnson did. Ben Johnson and them was playing such a long game that they was doing all that to set up that one damn play. And it worked. And the gambles and everything that go into it brings a pause to the people going against it. So the aggression talking, oh, he's too aggressive. And once you didn't get it, why you couldn't go to overtime, blah, blah, blah. Nah. We're getting ready to play a Vikings team who is trying to fight for their playoff lives. They're going to come out giving you everything they can give. Everything. But because of that, they stopped covering the punts and we started getting better punt returns. I love the aggression. Go for it again. Shout out to John Jones who says, congratulations, Luke. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Shout out to my man Raw Podcast, aka TA, says, congratulations, Luke, on the new arrival coming soon. Appreciate it. Thank you. Single Dad Club says, I think we get more upset when he gets concerned. Exactly. It's weird. We so used to him being aggressive that when he's conservative, he's like, hey, man, where's the guy that's doing this? Like, where's that guy at? Where's the guy that was hungry, that had to have it? But you know what? I like the way that our team are responding to it. I don't know if y'all seen the 33rd team where they had Aiden Hutchinson on with Amon-Ra St. Brown and his brother. And you can tell that they are so praying that Dallas don't lose. They don't even want Dallas to lose. They want to go back to Dallas so they can smash them. Dan Campbell called it a blessing. Aiden Hutchinson said he can't wait to play him again. But I'll be damned if we're going to act as if though, oh, it's a matter of being too aggressive. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I can't. I won't. I refuse. And you look at that game with all the things that people talking about, like, oh, he was too aggressive on this. He went for it too many times. Man, we wasn't blocking right early on. We whiffed on a should have been safety early on. Let's talk about those miscues, because I've been pointing out to people for the longest those Aaron Glenn haters. I've been telling them, like, this is not an Aaron Glenn issue. This is a poor execution issue. They need to execute. Like, that's what needs to happen. Other news that jumped out to me, Jameson Williams. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell he got hurt on that play. Like, either he has the softest skull of all skulls in the history of skulls. What is hurt on him? Seriously. What's hurt on him? Somebody tell me. I've been looking, trying to figure it out. What is it? NFL making it so you can lose in overtime without touching the ball. How back then to put it in our hands and not risk it all? I like that approach too. The Vikings would be like a cat corner in the corner. They gonna come out fighting. Yeah, they are. They're gonna come out 100% fight. I think it's J-Mo ankle. He was on the sideline moving. Excuse me. He was on the sideline moving. All bones, no meat. Something going on. But he was on the sideline walking. There wasn't no limp or anything. I'm trying to figure, like, what is wrong? I'm just, again, if you want to rest him, cool. But if not, cool. I'm just like, yo, what's hurt on him? For real. And if it's just an ankle, I'm trying to figure out, why would he not be playing in this game? Like, it's just an ankle. You better be telling me that thing is completely dislocated and broke. I'm trying to figure it out. But it's weird. Now, I know there's some people who I heard I happened to get wind of this. Somebody brought it to my attention. It was people who were a little bit upset about the Lions hanging NFC North Championship banner in their like practice facility. Newsflash, people, that's an accomplishment. A lot of teams hang division titles in their stadium. We hung it in the practice facility. That goes to further the mentality that you can do it. You don't have to do that. I don't know why fans get so emotional about things that don't require emotions. I don't get it. I mean, people really was making an issue out of this. Like, oh, you're going to hang a banner. He said, just an ankle, Luke. Come on, it's an ankle, bro. He'd be okay. He'd be okay. Kevin Johnson had a real bad ankle injury. He still went out there and had no conflict. I'm just saying, these players getting softer and softer. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I've messed my ankle up too. Landed on it wrong and all. It's an ankle. He didn't lose a leg. I'm just saying. But I get what you're saying, brother. But yeah, I don't get this whole upset about the banner. That's an accomplishment. When they hang a banner for making the playoffs, that's absurd. You didn't win a division. You didn't win a championship. You just made the playoffs. Why are you hanging that banner? That's absurd. But winning the division, that's an accomplishment. Another notable news that jumped out to me. Lions are reportedly going to release Bruce Irvin. I don't know why people don't see this and think how I think, but when you sign these people to contracts and release them, it costs you money. So I don't want to hear you on that cap when you keep bringing people in on a tryout basis and then they get out of here. Now, you brought in Bruce Irvin. He played for a little bit and you took him out. And now he's gone. They not even keeping him on the practice squad. But guess what? Even if they don't do that, even if they don't keep him on the practice squad, here's a guy that knows the system. But that's also a good sign that James Houston is probably further along in his rehab than we thought and is getting ready to be back faster. That's probably a good sign that Lee McNeil is ready to rock and roll come to playoffs. That's probably a good sign that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is healthy and ready to go. My man Shay said, what are we mad about today, Luke? I'm not mad about anything. I'm in a good mood. In fact, I'm in the best mood I've been in a long time. Because guess what? I see a team who don't even have all their best pieces in place, and they're still fighting for the coach. I've seen so many things get destroyed from positional value. I can't tell you how many years I had to argue with fans about positional value. Nobody is talking about you can't draft the running back 12th overall. Okay. Because he's performing. It's funny how when they perform, nobody cares where they're drafted. I'm in a good mood. They got rid of Kabinda. I know they brought him back, but I think he's only on practice squad. And I think they doing that because he's one of the leaders. And two, how many freaking fullbacks? You ain't going to have a lot of fullbacks. I like the fact that we still carry a fullback. I appreciate that. Now, I do want to address more of the what needs to happen in this game going towards the Vikings. Because to me, this is where it's getting big. It's getting real important. And I'm going to keep it 100 when I say this. They should go into this 100% relax. They should go into this with the attitude that, hey, we want to win, but not at the cost of injury, not at the cost of safe face, but because we just know we can go in to win without having to put all our dogs out there. And to me, get my guys their record. 2, close it out the right way. 3, understand that last game is going to be your first taste of blood since what happened on Saturday. So pounce on it. Send a message. Let the people know when you come into a game with us, you better come prepared and pack a lunch. It's going to be a long day. That's what I expect to see from them. That's what I want from them. That's my requirement. Yeah, we chasing individual accolades for this game on top of team. This whole idea where there's still a chance that they can get the number 2 seed after number 2 seed. The Dallas Cowboys is going to end up playing the Packers, and I got a strange feeling the Packers can beat them. And that's me being honest. I got a strange feeling the Packers can beat them. We may not even get a chance to see them. We may end up playing somebody totally different come second round because we're going to beat the Rams. That's not an exaggeration. So, off rip, I put the link in there if you want to jump in and join and talk your talk, you can. I came on a little bit later than usual. I said to myself, all right, get in, get some stuff in here, get this thing going. Don't be all day. That's what I say to myself. Don't be all day. I gotta try to do it before kids get to going back to school and all that cool stuff. But the other thing I'm looking at is this. There's some people who believe that if the Lions do lose, they could be doing themselves a disservice in the realm of putting themselves up against somebody like the Packers or I don't care about none of that. I'm listen to me. I can care less about the seeding. If it's not the number 1 seed, I can care less. Because at the end of the day, you still got to play. You still got to win. I've seen so many teams get first round byes and get put out as soon as they played their first game. Then I've seen teams come in as wild cards and win the Super Bowl. Let me bring in my first guest, D-Map Zoom. D-Map, what's going on?
What's going on, my brother? Congratulations.
Happy New Year, man. And thanks. I appreciate it.
New Year, man. It's always a blessing to make it to a new year.
You ain't lying about that. What you got for me, man?
Man, I know it's all that crap about the call last week and whatnot. It's like at this point, it don't even matter. We should be used to that. Bullshit. But hey, we should be used to it.
Right. I mean,
fact of the matter is, the team we got a chance to literally just redeem themselves, keep and stay focused on the goal, win the playoff game, and go beyond.
And listen, the standard after winning a playoff game goes higher. You see what I'm saying? The expectation goes higher. You're gonna have to do a little bit more than next year because next year gonna be harder. The schedule is gonna be harder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, most definitely. Compared to what our schedule was this year, oh yeah, it's damn sure gonna be harder.
100%. 100%.
Hell, I expect it to be hard as hell.
Again, I know people fall in love with certain players and all this other stuff, but let's be honest about some things, okay? Let's be honest about some things. A lot of the people that we went against, the Isaiah Buggs that's getting released, the Bruce Irvins you'll be okay.
True. I'm
serious. Like you'll be okay. There's not a significant difference between Isaiah Buggs and Alim McNeil in terms of of acting like okay, we're gonna be with lesser than. Alim McNeil's better. So he's coming back. Good. Bonito seems to do just about the same thing as Buggs in terms of taking up space, but for overall purposes, we should be okay. I don't feel like we lost anything of importance. The goal is, to me, though, is to still match that record, the best record in franchise history with 12 wins, and get your tight end to 1,000. So you will have a first 1,000-yard tight end. You will have the first team to have 2,000-yard receivers and 2,000-yard rushers. Go get that done. That's what I want. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's what I'm looking for.
That's not a plan to me. That really sounds like a great plan to me. And plus, no guys need to blow off some steam. Especially after what happened last week, they damn sure need to blow off some steam. That's what they really need to do. So I know I expect the Vikings to get crushed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, listen, if they go out there and Thanos snap them, okay, where they are if they go out there and they do it in that manner, I'm good. I am good. Because at that point, that's the point. That's where we have to start to be like, okay, this is the response. Embarrass everybody. That's what I'm saying. Go out there and embarrass everybody. They tried to embarrass you with this blunder. Embarrass everybody. That's how I look at it. What else you got for me, man?
I agree. Like, trust me. That's how I know me. Beat them down. Beat them down.
Yeah, and again,
be a beat down and then some.
Again, it's one of the things. Shout out to my man Mars is landing in the building. We got my man Lions Talk with the bad guy John Kapler. Says, "Oh shit, Luke's live." Yeah, came on a little bit later. Easy Lions minute. Do you remember what the defense looked like when Buggs wasn't in? I sure do. Guess what? It wasn't because Bug wasn't in. It was because they wasn't executing. That's why.
Pretty much.
You have to execute. Buggs was in a number of games. I believe he was in when you get a free shot on a blitz for Derek Barnes who whiffs on it. So, yeah, I get it.
Barnes. Lord have mercy.
I get it. And, yes, I think we should play Hendon Hooker. Let him get some snaps.
Yeah, I agree.
You got anything else for me, D-Mac?
Nah, I'm thinking about I'm going to win this Uno game, and they say you're screw me over, so no.
Man, don't even get me started. You know, Uno and households have broken up families. We don't.
Trust me, I know, man. Uno. Trust me, that go way back. That go way back, bro. Trust me, I know. There's no such thing as mercy. I say people think they about to win until you hit with that draw vote. It's like, nah, bro. You thought you about winning this game. Where do that?
I hear that. Well, I appreciate you for coming through, D-Mac. Appreciate you, brother. I got more people coming in the building, man. So I want to get it in there. But appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming through. And again, man, don't go nowhere.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere, man. Game going. I feel like I'm never gonna win.
All right, good sir. That's D-Map Zoom, people. Let's bring in, my handsome twin from Roar the Lion, UK. My man Anthony. What up, though, brother? Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year to you, Luke. Had to come in and say it to my better-looking brother. You hope you're doing well.
Yeah, listen. Hey, I'm doing really well. To go from COVID to the flu, boy, good grief, I was going through it. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible last couple of weeks. I was like, this is a bunch of BS. My man John Kappa says he's the Uno champ. Well, it depends on how you play. You're playing with stacks and other rules, that's another one. Anthony, I know you was very vocal in a Discord with the refs blowing that call and a host of other things. I know you have been one of Aaron Glenn's biggest critics and stuff, but I don't think I ever seen anger come out through words like it did with you. I believe if they were able to put a phrase up to show what anger looks like in words, it would be everything you drop. Now that we are well past that play, what are your thoughts about the response from the people and what the Lions should do going into the Vikings game?
I'm still angry, Luke, to this point. It has not subsided at all. I just, the more that comes out about it, the more they're trying. The fact they're doubling, tripling down, trying to justify it is an absolute joke. Like they released that video the other day that showed them doing it wrong, and they're like, "Oh, this is actually us doing it right." It's like, no, you screwed us. Just admit you screwed us, and then be on with it. But it'll fire this team up, I think, going forward. They're not ones who are going to sit and let this bother them. They've probably forgotten about it. We're fans. We're allowed to let it bother us. The players, they won't. You saw Hutch and Amon-Ra today. They're like, yeah, this is going to fuel us. This is going to make us hungry. And they will. And I think we should go in, absolutely twonk the Vikings this weekend and get ready for the playoffs. Have all your players in, really lay a hammering down on them, and then move forward. That's what this team will do. So, I still hate the calls. I hate how we were treated, but at the end of the day, destiny's still in our own hands here. We're going to the playoffs, and that's when it matters.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I look at it like this. To me, when I looked up and said, so dang, Montgomery only need 25 yards. All right, cool. There go his 1,000. 85 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, cool. There go his 1,000. And then 140. I'm like, we can do that. That's doable. And then on top of that, you're allowed to match your best record. You cross your fingers that Dallas lose to the Commanders. You cross your fingers that the Eagles lose. And that, you get your seating back. But I can care less about seating. Man, we go out there and win. Whether you got to play on the road, the Ellie, the ocean, Mars, I don't give a care. Go out and win. Play some bully ball. That's what I want to see.
Exactly. This team has things it needs to clear up, specifically the offense. It was not good for big chunks of time in the Dallas game. It just seems to go quiet. There was a lot of execution issues. There were a lot of missed assignments. This is the perfect game to go out there with your first team and fix that in a real game situation, so that going into the playoffs, you are playing as complementary ball on both sides as possible, because right now it's the defense that's in the ascendancy and the offense that has the questions about it. So, I want to go out there this weekend, absolutely lay a hammering down on the Vikings and see both sides of the ball come together, because when they do, I think there are very few teams that can deal with us on our day. And in the playoffs, it's, any given day. You've got to show up and play good ball and you'll win. So, yeah, this game we should take seriously, and they will. It's all part of the grit thing. We'll play harder. We'll play harder than these teams who are sitting their players and letting them have a week off. They ain't no week off with grit. You've got grit. You play every week. You drive yourself down into the ground. That's how you outlast everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Shout out to Mars. He says, I'm so confident in my team, and if we play on Mars, I'm cheating for us. Hey, I hear that. I hear that. Shay says, should team start bounty gating the refs? It'll be too obvious, and then that would, the amount of controversy with that wouldn't be worth it. Easy Lions Minute says, Buzz can control 2 O-linemen and keep them off the linebackers. Benito gets blown back too much, and Aleem shoots gaps too much. Aleem is great at pass rushing, but our inside is 50-50. Nobody ran up the middle with Bugs. Then you draft a guy named Broderick Martin? When you gonna actually use him? Because the 3 games you use him in is not enough. If you listen, I'm gonna give you a fun fact. I know we wanna have fun and talk about Bugs, but I'm telling you, I don't care that Bugs ain't playing. It really don't matter. You got a guy that you took in the 3rd round that you literally traded up for, and he has played literally 16% of the snaps this season. 16%. That's 28 total snaps in 3 games.
I mean, you know what? I'm not taking issue with Broderick right now. Who I would take issue with is Levi. He can't even make the roster. Like, I don't like Bugs being cut. I know because they said they've had issues with the team and that, but that's been known about all season. It's not just going to suddenly come to a head in week 18 where you don't want to do it no more. And we have players stealing a living on this roster. Julian Aquara can't make the team. Will Harris does nothing. Charles Harris does nothing. You've got half a dozen guys at least. Stephon Gilmore's not seen the field this season at all, who are still here, whereas Bugs was contributing to this team. And it just seems silly that even if there is something wrong with him, there's 2 weeks left of the season potentially. Like, you can't do 2 more weeks. You can't do 2 more games together before going separate ways. When we've got 2 DTs who can't even make the roster, we've got 2 edges who can't even make the 50, the match day team, and we're saying, oh yeah, we can just get rid of him. No, we can't. Guy takes reps. I know Alualu came in and did more, but yeah, I don't agree with it. I think there are a lot of people who should go first. There are a lot of people stealing a living on that roster.
I mean, listen, now that's an argument that I can't be mad at. If you believe that, look, there were some people I would release before him, cool. I forgot what the cap penalty was for Bugs. I didn't get a chance to go and look at it over the cap before I got on, but I'm pretty sure there's some other people that we could have released that had other cap, problems, right? Mm-hmm. But I can't get mad at you for saying, like, yeah, there's some people that we could have released, but these are guys that our general manager signed or re-signed back that where I'm like, they should have been gone. They just should have been gone. I know, like I said, everybody know I've been critical of Brad Holmes, but my criticalness of Brad Holmes is on the idea that he has not done enough to really address the key points of the defense. That's my thing.
Yeah, you're right. There are areas that can be done. In terms of Broderick, I would just say, I know we traded up to get him, but we didn't possess any of those picks before the draft. Remember, we traded down and risked losing Hendon Hooker twice to get those picks.
I know.
So we essentially, yes, we did trade up, but we traded up with picks we never had before, if you get what I mean. He's coming from a conference.
But those are but when you're looking at people like Kobe Turner over there for the Rams, that could have been another Kobe Turner pick, maybe. I don't know.
The thing is, look, we're looking at this after 1 year. We need to look at this because, we had people saying, oh, we could have had much better than, Barnes or something later down the line. And, Barnes is coming good now, but guys take time to develop. And in Broderick's case, you do have to remember, they've been drafted out of conference where 3 players got drafted. The other 2 guys were 7th rounders and haven't seen the field this season. CUSA is a place where They are development guys, and they will take time to come through the system. So if he doesn't play this season, fine. It was never really meant to be a this season one, but I can get behind you. Brad still does need to do work with the defense, but in Broderick's case, I would not be too harsh on him. This was not meant to be his season, and we shouldn't rush him in. If we're low there, we should just wait until he's ready.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to develop into anything special. So I was just like, whatever. To me, that's going to end up being a pick regret. Hold tight for me, Anthony. I want to bring in another guest who just popped in. I'm gonna put you to the back. Don't disappear on me. I want to, keep this talk going a little bit further. Let me bring in my guy, John Kapler from the Bad Guy. Look, hey, shout out to first of all,
remember, people.
My man got on one of my T-shirts for "Stay Tomorrow Needs You." If you do not know what this is about, the "Stay Tomorrow Needs You" was a T-shirt that was developed by shout out from Man Hour, who is also one of my I should say sponsors for being able to do this, and they help create this T-shirt where the proceeds go directly to the National Institute for Suicide Prevention and stuff like that to help people who is dealing with suicide. And so we are selling these T-shirts to help, and it's been linked on every video. And so when you see that he has the shirt on that says "Stay Tomorrow Needs You," this message is huge. And so I'm trying not to tear up about it, but yeah, man, I appreciate
I'm gonna go into a little bit about the T-shirt and elaborate on that. Not only does tomorrow need you, but someone tomorrow needs you. Someone next week needs you. Someone a month from now needs you. And from my personal experience, all the crap that I have been through, I have been homeless. I have had bad thoughts. I finally gotten my crap together, and I'm at a point to where I can influence people. I can say, I've been down there. I promise. I know it's bad, but maybe you're having a bad day. And 5 years from now, you got it going on, and there is someone who needs you, someone who's going to call you. Maybe you see someone, and you can help them figuratively or literally come off the bridge, or just someone in general needs you. You never know. I speak from experience. You don't know when that moment's going to come, but I promise you, someone, more than someone, multiple people need you. And I know it. I know it sucks. You just feeling like you can't go on. You don't want to go on. They don't know what it's like in here. They don't know what it's like. Granted, they don't know what it's like, but you don't know what it's like to taste that victory yet. And it's coming. I promise you, you will succeed, but you will never know if you don't stay.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Listen. The anniversary.
This is my work shirt because I gotta stay. I gotta stay at work.
No, I get it, man. No, but like I said, the anniversary for my friend's death is coming up soon. So but yeah, that means a lot, man. What are your thoughts on the Lions? A lot of the news going around with Isaiah Buggs being released, Bruce Irvin being released, possibly getting a lot of our players back, and then on top of that, the Vikings game. What are your thoughts on those?
I wanted to make a sign, but I didn't have time, so I'll say it because sometimes words are more important than a visual, and I'll make a visual in my video. But hashtag NFL is the WWF. Lions versus the Cowboys is hashtag the Montreal Screwjob. That ref, I don't care what you say. People can say, John, you're crazy. John, you don't know what you're talking about. John, go take your mental health medicine. It's not scripted. The refs aren't paid off. Oh, bull snot. I could rip into a rock promo right now on how we were screwed and how that ref was told earlier, hey, no matter what happens, there's too much money going on. We're in bed with Vegas. We got to keep Vegas happy. Make sure the Lions lose in Jerry World. And here's Jerry like, yo, hey, here's $10,000 in an envelope. Come here, baby. You can't tell me that didn't happen.
It does look suspicious. I think the over and under was 52.
That's dead. And I heard a crazy thing from Woodward Sports. Go check them out. It was the heavyweights. I think it was Easy was looking this up.
Spence and Easy.
In 2011, the NFL changed what they were from sports to entertainment in 2011. So they qualify as the same thing as Vince McMahon's former WWE. They are entertainment, so things can be interchanged, and I am livid about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that that's not the case, because if that's the case, I'm gonna be a little bit disgusted.
But you know what? Then fine. Things are rigged. You know, maybe coaches and players aren't told. Go out there and screw that ref over. Have the mob or whoever's controlling this dude who's telling him to do something. Like, too bad. We don't care if you were paid off. We don't care if some dude's waiting for you in an alley. You're not screwing us over.
Yeah.
And the disrespect. I gotta ask, because I just remembered him. Where's our shit talking friend Dan? Mr. Whoa, Chiefs, where you at, sir? All that crap you talked about, Lions are average. Lions are average. Chiefs are average. Where you at, Dano?
Oh, damn, which one you talking about? It's my Dan Spanos?
The Chiefs guy. Remember week 1, the podcast guy who said he'd come on to your show and he'd eat some crow and he never up and showed.
So he over there still doing his thing. We posted.
Oh yeah, I know. I remembered him, and I put it in. I commented. Oh, trust me, I commented. I'm sure I'm still blocked.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
well, he's changed his tune a few weeks. He's picked us to win a few weeks, but yeah.
I saw that hopping on the bandwagon. You know what is Ross would say from Friends? No, Dan. No.
Yeah, I get it.
You don't get to hop on. And other crap talkers, I'm not going to really shout them out, but there's a purple fan who has a podcast on YouTube who just gives no respect. He gave no respect 2 weeks prior, and he's still not giving no respect.
But that's his brand. I know who you're talking about. That's his brand. He does that because it creates.
That's fine. I know it gets him his views. See, him and his Dan-Dans or whatever, or not his Dan-Dans. That's Dan's thing. His Jeromes. Is his name actually Jerome?
I don't know.
We need to smash the Vikings so we can smash him. I'm just saying, let's crush them. Let's let the NFL know we're here. Playoffs, you don't want to mess with us. And who I want to face is the Packers, so we can shove it down their throat.
Well, we're going to probably end up playing the Rams and stuff. John Jones says, I hope we see Hendon Hooker at least in the fourth quarter. I hope
that would be sweet.
I hope we see him more than that, to be honest. And look like Mars Landon is agreeing with him. The ref are on the real stars in the NFL. It looks like it. Yeah, I get it. Let me. I want to make sure I hit on a few more people.
Appreciate you for having me on, and people, as always.
Hey, stay. Tomorrow needs you. Appreciate you, John. Now I love John. John, listen. When my friend made that decision, John was the first one to reach out to help me cope with it, and it was so needed. Man, it was needed because I was confused. I didn't even think the impact would be to that level. But shout out to my man John. Oh man, I got people jumping in and you jump out. If you jump in, give me a minute. I'm gonna give you a chance to shine, man. I'm gonna bring my man Anthony back in. I got some people that was in here who jumped in and jumped back out, so I had to wait for them to come back in. It says, I want the Rams in the first round. Let's see your pedigree, Jared. Are you worthy of an extension? I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not giving Jared Goff an extension unless he wins the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I cannot. I've watched. I understand quarterbacks are going to make mistakes. But if all I'm looking for is a guy to play safe, I can get anybody to do that. Seriously. I can get including Hendon Hooker, to do that. If I just need you to play safe, cool. But for crying out loud, the passes that he throw are never spiral. They're never coming with force. He's made some passes where I'm like, beautiful. Some people even argue that the deep pass that he made to Jameson, he could have put it a little bit further in front of him so he can keep running. I can care less. I just think at the end of the day, the NFL is changing in such a way where your quarterback needs to be able to move around in the pocket and have pocket awareness. And so that stands out to me. Anthony, it's one of them things where this is going to be the talk of the town. Obviously, we're going to probably end up playing the Rams. But do you want to play somebody else? John wants the Packers.
I would prefer the Packers. I mean, the Rams have said they're not playing anybody this weekend. They're resting people, so they're probably going to lose. So all it needs is the Packers to beat the Bears, which they always do, and that's going to be it. But I mean, for me, yeah, call me cowardly, whatever, but I like our season so far. We've won the NFC North. We are on the ascendancy. We are playing well. I do not want to run the risk that the Rams come to town and we lose, because do you know what we're going to hear all summer? Oh, Matthew Stafford finally got his first playoff win in Detroit as a Ram. And you know it, Lou. That is all we are going to get. Like, this is the season where we have respect put to our name now. This is where we get our dues from everybody else. And I do not want to run this narrative because all it takes is one bad day, Lou. One bad day, us for not to show up, for Stafford to be at his supreme best. He's got his best receivers there. You know, they've got weapons. And then that happens. But conversely with the Packers, if they beat us in the playoffs, it's the same. Packers own the division. You know, we've not done anything. So we are going to have to beat them. But quite personally, I'd rather run the Packers route than the Rams route. But I'm just glad we're in the playoffs. I think we can beat both of them. But again, the unpredictable nature of the playoffs is just, you never know.
You know, what I find concerning most is what you bring up is further proof that a lot of the stuff that's happening in an NFL are based on narratives and that they want to push for storylines. And it drives me nuts though. But yeah, I can see those having a scenario, but at the end of the day, you can't win a division and lose your first round of the playoffs. You just can't. You can't. You have to get to the next round, and I don't care who you play. You have to beat them. I don't care. I don't care if it's the Packers. I don't care if it's a Pop Warner team. I can care less if you had an all geriatrics team. I can care less. You have to go out and win the game. Nobody's going to look at you if you don't win the game.
No, and that's where you get your respect. So, you know, this year you get your playoff win, you go to the draft, you get your guys, you've got more money in free agency, and then next year you've got to go to the NFC Championship. That's the goal next year. You've got to keep making these progressive steps forward. And I think a loss in the first round, especially to these two teams, we should beat the Rams. We should beat the Packers. We are better teams than those teams, and we've got them at home, so we should be winning. And like that's the bottom line with it. I mean, to be honest, with this team, if both our sides of the ball are firing properly, the only teams I really fear are the 1 seeds on both sides of the NFL. That's it. Anyone outside of San Francisco and Baltimore, I think we can beat them quite easily. Just them two. But
it's just the Eagles for me. It's just the Eagles because of the mobile quarterback. Outside of the mobile quarterback, I can care less. But I still think we can beat them. It's just that mobile quarterback's the problem for me. Shout out to Cinnamon Panos. I hope I said that right. Says, hello, Happy New Year, Luke. Happy New Year to you too. No, I just think it's just the Eagles. Mobile quarterbacks freak me out right now because we haven't had an answer to it. And you know, I know you've been on your pay attention to the college players and stuff. I have not even begun to do my evaluation yet. I have a few names that I have kind of did earlier work on, but I got some sleepers that I'm like, yo, I think we can pull this guy out, you know, and see what he got. But yeah, I can tell you this much: whoever we play, that first round, you need to destroy them. Make it look like they don't belong, because that's a home game where you're not going to be able to hear yourself at all. Like that crowd is nuts. The price on these tickets are nuts. The price on plane tickets are nuts. Everything has been nuts, and I'm not going to do it.
No, I agree. Like, you've got the home atmosphere. We've got the team. You know, we are better than all these 6th or 7th seed pretenders that are coming in. These teams that are sneaking into the playoffs, we're better than them all. And we should be able to show it. And I think they will, because they'll know this as well. They'll not be, just because they've won the NFC North now, they won't be like, okay, that's the season's goal. We can chill off. Whatever happens now. They'll be like, no, that's not good enough. Like, we've got to go further. We've got to do one more. We've got to get to the next level. And that's how the team will think. And I think in a raucous atmosphere at home, they're just about a match for anybody, because there are a lot of teams who crumble under pressure. you know. So I'd love for it, you know, whoever it's going to be, I don't care. As long as we get that win, and then who knows? You get to the divisional round, anything can happen at that point. You know, Dallas, we know as a number 2 seed, we know they could screw up. The NFC South team could beat them in the 7th seed, and then you get them, and then you've got a spot through to the NFC Championship game. Who knows? Any given day, Luke. You've just got to start off the playoffs with that one win, and then after that, it's a lottery.
Now, I could be wrong about this. 2 play 7, right?
Yeah.
So 2 play 7, and let's say Dallas lose, and the Eagles somehow get the number 2 seed. Dallas would then fall to the 5th seed.
Yeah.
Which means that Dallas would then have to come to Detroit.
If we all won.
No, if we are 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, it'd be 3 and 6. It would be in the next round if.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it would be 3 and 6. So yeah, so we would still play the Rams. But you're right.
But if we both progressed, then
correct,
we would get them then.
So my thing is this. I'm looking at all the matchups because I could have swore that the Rams couldn't afford to lose the game, but then I went and looked and I'm like, oh, the Seattle Seahawks division record is crap. So they would win the tiebreaker off of that alone. So Seattle is looking like they in trouble. So Seattle is trying to play for like their life. They need a lot of help. They need for whoever in the NFC South to kind of suck and lose. I don't think the Bucs lose to Carolina, and I don't think that the Packers would lose to the Bears. So Seattle's probably not making the playoffs. Yeah, I'm sorry, but this if there's ever a season that we should have went hard, this is it. We should have went hard on the defense. It is what it is. I wish we went harder. Marcus, I agree, but we don't shut down either. And shout out to Marcus for this statement who says the Rams receivers aren't any more scarier than Jefferson and Addison or Cook and Lamb. Yeah, I mean, here's my problem. I remember when everybody was hyping up the Mosley pick and the Sutton pick, I just was like, man, these cornerbacks is not like that. I watched Sutton with Pittsburgh, and I know how Pittsburgh get down. Pittsburgh don't let people walk if they are good. That's one. But 2, Pittsburgh, he was a decent guy, and Pittsburgh was willing to keep him as a slot corner or a number 2. He's not a number 1 corner. And then people don't understand why I get frustrated with Brad Holmes because of things like Veldor. We having Veldor cover CeeDee Lamb because we don't have anybody else to do it. Like, what the hell? Veldor shouldn't be on the field unless he's on special teams. So
I think he's been playing well, really. He's been playing better than Sutton.
Listen, the reality is this. Most times when new guys come in, they get a little bit of help from the safety, whereas Sutton is not going to get that help. They're sending help to Veldor's side, and when they finally abandoned it, you saw what happened. You know, so I don't want to make it seem like it's that, but he's not a number 1 or number 2 corner for the Lions, not on this team, and he should not be. We should have something better and more comparable. That's all I'm saying. Like something. I don't like that we neglected a lot of the major areas. And when you look at some of the top teams right now, if you go from the inside all the way up to the top, they're balling. Look at the Ravens. I can't ever pronounce that dude's name, and I'm not finna embarrass myself. All right. But the Ravens D tackle, that's a shame. Anthony wants to laugh so bad.
You know me, Luke. I always do as a mock draft. You know
damn well I can't pronounce his damn name.
I always do during draft season. I always do a mock draft of like players Luke would hate to pronounce. Like I always do one of those. I find them with the names just for you. I love to do it. I've got one this year, so
listen.
I'll bring it on one day. I'll bring it on one day, and you can try.
Listen, some of the names this year have been horrible.
hey, it's absolutely great. You will enjoy it. But I would say, like, you make the point about the Ravens and them being good, but the Ravens have also sort of patiently built this. They've stacked like several great drafts in a row, and it's working for them
They
now.
were
Like I love
aggressive in trades and free agency. The Roquan Smith trade was an aggressive move, and they re-signed him. Right?
I think they were ready for that, though, Lou. Do you think we were? I don't know if we were ready for that. Right, going into this offseason, okay, that's fine. But me personally, I think like this year is the year where you are ready to add your final piece. Because if you win a playoff game this year, you're 3 years in, you've won the NFC North, you win a playoff game. Now you go big because you're in a position where you can. You know, your contracts sort of dictate that you can. You know, we've got 4 draft picks in the top 100 again this year. So we're going to get a good infusion of rookie talent again. And I think this is where you can start pushing a little bit of money into the future. You can start restructuring because what Brad has done, he's not pushed much money into the future. We've got about $8 million next year in restructures. That's it. For a team, that's very low. So we're very flexible to where we can push the money and what we can do with it. And I feel like we're in a really good position this offseason to really go, right, where are the remaining holes? Let's fill them. And then next year is the NFC Championship game run. And if you get there, you can get to the Super Bowl. I think they've timed it right personally.
But so. I'm not disagreeing with you in that regard. I'm just saying this was a very easy schedule. This was the opportunity that you knew that there was a good chance they were going to win based on schedule, and I want to take advantage of that. Hold tight for me, Anthony. Stay right there. I'm gonna bring in one guest. You ain't got to go nowhere. My man Ed W is in the building. What up, though?
What up, sir, Luke?
And he comes in with, you know what? Because Michigan beat Alabama, I'll allow it because if anything inside of Michigan, I don't root for Michigan at all. But Michigan versus everybody else, I root for. And you come in with the brightest of bright Michigan hoodie. Let me get this shit on the screen. I gotta make this as big as possible because I'm gonna give you because people think I just hate them or it's not like that. Let me get you. There you go. You get your prime time. Now, no matter how disgusting that damn hoodie looks, I'm giving you your shine right now. Okay, this is your world. Have your nut.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, man. What you got for me?
Man, I didn't really come in with too much on topic except for one key point I want to get off is Dallas, because I watched a lot of their streams, been arguing with them up and down. I just want them to know that they can have this win, but it's an asterisk by it, just like a Kansas City game.
Well, yeah, I think it's 100%. I think it's 100% one of the games that you look at, and people argue it. I tell people, look, it didn't cost them the game; it cost them points. They had one timeout in 23 seconds. You figure if we kick the ball deep, they get it at the 25-yard line. They got 75 yards to a touchdown. His longest field goal was 60 yards. So if he's at the 25-yard line, you know, you don't need 15 yards?
Yeah. Well, we should have never been in that because we were chasing points from the first time he did that. So I'm good. I'm good with it. We can move on from that no matter whatever happened. We got Sheila Hamp up on the case right now. She's supposed to have been up there.
You know what? I didn't think about this. Marcus Williams says I think AG figured that Sutton wasn't good enough when he had Jacobs covering all the number ones most of the season. Ouch. Could that is listen, okay. I'm Anthony, Ed, talk to me. You think there's something to that? Like, you know, do you believe that he probably was like, we can't have this guy covering, or do you think it was just the way the scheme was set up for them to be like, you know, we're not going to waver and move people around and travel? What do you think, Anthony?
I mean, you know, against Dallas, he gave up 9 receptions on 9 targets for 120 yards. He's not performing. He is not performing well. You think the tackle that he missed on CD Lamb, where he gained about 35 yards afterwards, you know, you got to make that tackle. Can't be allowing him to make big chunk plays like that afterwards for a guy who you've invested a good amount of money in, who is your de facto cornerback one. He is the most experienced. He is the best paid. He should be able to come in and do a really good job. And he has been a bit of a letdown on there. So maybe it could be because Vildo's coming in taking big snaps now and he's making plays more so. And, you know, it's just not really good enough for the money you're paying. So there's a good chance it could be that.
What do you say, Ed? You think it's true?
Well, Sutton is just the most experienced, like he said, but also the most reliable true corner. Not safety converted, not box converted, but just as far as a pure corner, Sutton is the most experienced person that we have out there. He's also the best pure corner that we have on this team, which is why we've rolled with him on everything. Now, that go back to AG being stubborn, AG being overly sensitive, and whatever AG's scheme is, that he never let Sutton travel. He puts Sutton in one spot. He says, Sutton, that's what you do the best. Ride or die. He puts Sutton in his spot, and he keeps him there. Everybody else can switch around, but you'll never see Sutton switch.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my man Will. He says right now defensively we are 6th versus the run, but 25th versus the pass. We need to get another cornerback to allow the pass rush to get home. Pass rush got to win one-on-ones, in my opinion. And when they win the one-on-ones, I'm happy. I was happy as hell about Aiden Hutchinson because for some reason Dallas decided to give him some one-on-ones. And he didn't win all of them, but he won them when they matter, and I was happy about that. So, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. 1991 Max Stat says, Levermouth tell us you hate Brad Holmes without saying you hate Brad Holmes. I don't hate Brad Holmes. I hate the fact that he has negated to fully address the weakest point of this team. We are 6 years removed from having one of the worst defenses in NFL history, and the defense has shown signs of improvement. And one of the reasons why I have never been critical of Aaron Glenn is because I saw the performances he was getting out of players who I'm like, these shouldn't even be starters in the NFL, and he's getting production out of them. So I don't hate Brad Holmes. I hate that he failed to invest to invest in the level that he has on offense and getting quality players on the defense. That's my issue.
Look, go back a year to 2 years ago. Definitely, we were damn near dead last at stopping the run. We was blown up the middle so many times it was contagiously messed up. But now that's our solid piece. So now what we need to do is keep that energy going and from here on out, add to the back end, which I think they're trying to do with Branch and all these other additions. But we at least still got to maintain that middle, stop the run.
Which is what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to shore up the middle, get an interior guy. You got an inside linebacker. You got a safety. And I hate to say this, but I don't believe that Iffy is just outlandishly playing so much like, well, I don't believe that he's miles ahead of like Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker and all them. I believe that the way the scheme is set up, that's why them guys are getting all these interceptions and stuff. They make plays because they're put into a way to get a chance to make a play. But let's be honest, you know, they invested in the secondary, and I still thought that it wasn't enough. I just thought Brian Branch. Love that pick. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about love it. You won't never hear me down that pick. You know, I love what he do. But yeah.
Do you think that Brian Branch could actually be converted into a pure corner? Opposite.
I think Brian Branch is so good you can make him a linebacker and he'll perform. He like you know how we talk about the honey badger tyrant. He's a honey badger. If he ain't a honey badger, he a Wolverine because he ain't got no fear in him. Ain't nothing in him. He want all the smoke. He want the conflict. Give him all the smoke in the conflict. If you really want to look at it. But yeah, I love it. I love what he do.
I look like Slay. Don't he give you that Slay mentality?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you know who he remind me of realistically, and it's so weird because I know people's gonna be like, "How do you get that type of?" But he does remind me of Louis Delmas. I know people's gonna be like, "But Louis Delmas is a hitter. That guy will hit you. Like Brian Branch will hit you. He has no problem laying the wood into you, but he also has no problem going after the ball. And Louis Delmas was one of those guys who would hit you and go after the ball, and then you would put him in a slot, and he'll get up there and play with you for a minute. But for the most part, I feel like if you played him at safety, he's good. Malik Akaito says he reminds him of Benny Blaze. I mean, Brian Branch reminds him of Eric Berry. And one fucking Lion fan says he almost gave me a Benny Blaze vibe. I can see it where it's his aggression. His aggression is what stands out to me. So yeah, I get it. Ed, what else you got for me, brother? I want to make sure I don't want to miss you now. You showed up with this bright ass hoodie on, you know.
All about that Michigan life right now.
I see right now.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I had typed it earlier. Probably got overlooked. But look, hey, look, I know you're not big on a lot of potential, but we have the potential right now to go and get the Super Bowl. We have the potential to go ahead and get this national championship. And we got the potential to actually go ahead and win the NCAA tournament in basketball. Come on, man. We got a lot going on right now for the city.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not a hater of potential. I'm tired of talking about potential when it comes to players, and you drafted them in the first round and they freaking hurt. See, that whole thing came out of us taking Jameson Williams in the first round while he hurt. And then, as you can see, they still ain't really figured out how to get him involved into the goddamn game plan, which is a little bit more annoying because the whole entire thing he would be doing was taking the top off, and we're not calling those plays as much as I would like. So the potential thing is that it's not that I hate potential. I hate potential when you have a chance to get players who should be able to come in and start day one, but you're taking a guy that I got to sit for a year. That's kind of a issue for me. But you're right. We do got a chance for it. I hope Michigan can beat Washington. Washington looked like they was firing on all freaking cylinders that damn game. And I'm a Texas fan. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like the quarterback looked like every decision he was right. Like he was in a zone. So I think that's going to be a tough game, but it's still, like you said, potentially it's there.
You've been a fan as long as I have, probably, but I'm going to say that when it comes to the Lions, this is the first time we have a chance to root for something more than what we've ever had expectation. No more Roy Williams, no more Tyson Youngs. We've had healthy people that just didn't work out either. So all I can say is give them a chance. We gave everybody else a chance. Give them a chance to see how this work out. But at the end of the season, we're about to lose the AC and DC coordinator.
Well, most fans should be happy about the DC coordinator leaving, right? So, including you, Ed, you wanted, you know.
I just want them. I don't want them to leave on a bad note. I really want to go ahead and get to the Super Bowl, win or lose, at least get in it, and then everybody can leave on a good note. It don't have to be no venom spitting, no you could have did this or could have did that. So that's what I'm rooting for.
Now, shout out to my man Malik Akaido. He says Pro Bowl. I didn't know they announced the teams already. They already announced the people who made it. Did I miss that?
Yeah, we got 5 in.
Who were the 5?
Let me get the list. So Reeves, Mabin, Hutch, Ragnow.
Aiden Hutchinson made the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. Penny and Sam Laporta.
And Laporta. Laporta on the first year.
Wait, Jalen Reeves made the Pro at special teams?
Yeah. He's got like a touchdown pass. He's got block punts. He's done pretty much everything on special teams this year, hasn't he? But yeah, Hutch, Ragnow, Penny, and Hutchinson, Ragnow,
Penny, Ragnow,
and Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta. St. Brown didn't make it. Sam Laporta got in, not St. Brown.
Sam Laporta got in over St. Brown?
Well, different positions, but yeah, I think. Yeah.
I don't care who would ever. Okay, I'm not gonna blow a gasket. This is why I don't respect Pro Bowls. But it's funny to me. This is why I know it's a popularity contest. There is no way Aiden Hutchinson should have had enough votes to be into the Pro Bowl, and then there's no way that St. Brown don't get into the Pro Bowl, but Laporta does. And what?
Wait, did you say that Hutchinson got in?
Yeah.
Okay.
How, Sway? Listen.
He's a whole bunch of sacks left. All right. Hey, man, I'm going to let you get with the next one. I'm enjoying your show, though.
Hey, I appreciate you, Ed. I just, God damn it, Malik, why you do me like this? That's the freaking popularity contest, man. It's not even legit.
This is what I said, Luke. Don't care about the Pro Bowl, but when the All Pros come out, if Penei Sewell's not there at right tackle, I will have an issue because he's been the best right tackle in this league by a distance this year. He should be in, and there's a couple of other guys who should be going in as well. The Pro Bowl is where the All Pros are where it's at. We should have multiple this year.
Now, 1991, Max Stagg says he likes the name the Wolverine for Burns. I call Brian Branch Nightcrawler. I don't know how he keep finding his ass around the ball. Like even now, I've noticed that he still be around the ball. I cannot figure it out. He's Nightcrawler to me. But the Wolverine, if that make y'all feel better, whatever. Reminds me of Woodson. Aiden Hutchinson is a top 5 quarterback hits, top 5 quarterback pressures. William, quit pushing this weak ass narrative. This is a weak ass narrative. This is the weakest narrative I ever heard in my life. And shout out to Will. You know what I'm saying? But this is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. This is a bunch of bullshit. The man just hit 9.5 sacks after having one of the best games of his life against Dallas. Right? That is not a pro. He is not a Pro Bowler. He's not. It's insulting to think that we got. It's a popularity contest. This whole idea of pressures and stuff. Not a single person talked about how many pressures Aiden Hutchinson had versus the Dallas Cowboys. Not one. Not one person came on and talked about these pressures. What they did talk about was the tackles for a loss and the goddamn sacks, because that's what end plays. But this idea of quarterback hits, and that's cap. That's cap. This idea of quarterback pressures, that's cap. Because there are so many other people who I can say consistently gets there. And then people going to come with, but he's double team. Everybody's freaking double team. I don't want to hear these excuses. He is not a Pro Bowler. It's a popularity contest. And you should be upset because you can look at it and tell me, when you look at it, how in the hell is St. Brown not in the Pro Bowl?
He's a first alternate, so he wasn't.
That's cap, bro. That's some BS.
Yeah, I think it was CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Puka Nacua, and I can't remember who the fourth one was. But I don't know. I guess when you stack them up against some of those, Puka's about to break the record for CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, and Puka Nacua got in.
Shout out to my man John Fisher. He says Hush isn't a Pro Bowler. Funny, I could have swore he was on the list. That's not what I'm not saying he's not on the list. I'm not saying that. He says, why are we hating on Hutch? It's not a hate. My point I'm trying to make is St. Brown is a first alternate. How? He's the best D lineman we have by far. He wasn't even the best D lineman we had by far this season. Aleem McNeil was. And I'll argue with anybody on that. Aleem McNeil was the best D lineman we had this season. I'll argue with anybody on that. But the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest. And that's the problem for me. And I'm with you, Anthony. When they come out with the All-Pro list, then we can talk about it.
Exactly. That's when it counts. That's what like the league and the people in power think about you. And I feel like we've not had a proper All-Pro that wasn't special team in years. But this team is worthy of it. Like I say, Penei should be penciled in for one at this point. You know, Frank would have a good argument given that he's been injured and what he's done. So, yeah, Pro Bowl's always what Pro Bowl is. No one cares about the Pro Bowl, hence why they got rid of the game. Players didn't care about it.
Nobody gave two flying nickels. It wasn't in Hawaii no more, right? No. Like, so that was the first part. I get to go to Hawaii for free and take my family. That out the door, right? It is. If we do lose to DC, I want one of the coaches from the Ravens. Man, bring Rex Ryan on over here. I want all attitude and mentality. I just want attitude. Give me somebody who gives two flying nickels. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. William says, Luke, it's you versus the world on the opinion of Hutch. I don't care about that. I've always been able to stand alone. Sometimes it took one man to stand alone to make change. Trust and believe. I'm also the same person that told people that positional value is a joke because nobody's going to care as long as the player performs. Everybody was upset. Everybody was upset about the running back at 12. I was the only one who said, look, if you're not taking Jalen Carter, I said the only other pick you can take, and I will take, is a running back. I would take Bijan Robinson.
Hey, they've all crawled back in their holes now, the positional value crowd.
Oh, they disappeared.
Brad's proven them wrong, like year on year, that you need to find good players.
Yep.
You find good players to put in your team. The rest works itself out. So it does not matter. I mean, how many tackles, quarterbacks, wide receivers have busted over the years from first round picks? Like, a lot do. There's no guarantee with anyone. If you get good players who match your culture, who match what you want to do, which Jahmyr Gibbs has done, which Sam Laporta has done, which Jack Campbell will do in future. He's looking like the part. He's getting there. Like, it doesn't matter. These guys are forming a solid core for us going forward, and there are a lot of teams who would like to beat us. So,
yep. Shout out to my man Lions Rumble 81 who says, Luke G, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, brother. My man Bandit is in there. Hey, what up, though? William says, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, and Puka Nacua. That's that right?
Nacua.
Okay. Why would St. Brown get ahead of them? What? Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I can't. I can't. I can't.
Wave the flag, Luke.
You know what? You're right. Hold on. Let me no, that's you're right. You're right. Listen. When you right, and when you listen, you're right. Let me go ahead and do it. I can't. I can't. There's no getting around this. There is no getting around this. There is no getting around this. CeeDee Lamb should be on there. Hands down, I have no problems with that. AJ Brown have no problems with that. But Puka Nacua, first of all, ain't nobody got time for this. Like, come on, man.
He has like 1,700 yards. He's got a lot.
I don't care about that. He was literally, listen, you got to understand. Their best receiver went down, so I'm going to force a lot of passes. They didn't have a lot to throw to. So of course you're going to force a lot of things to him. It's not about the yards and all that stuff. It's about so many other things. Like when you look at pure ability, like if they lost Puka, their season ain't over, right? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. It ain't over. They not, if you know, they'll be okay. If St. Brown wasn't in there, oh my God, he's literally like the guy we go to for third downs. He has been very consistent, minus like one game. I just, it blows my mind. I'm sorry. It blows my mind. That's all I'm saying. I got, listen, in the words of Whitney Houston, I got nothing. Nothing. I mean, this is, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, and then this is the worst part. There's a fan vote to this. How the hell did y'all vote on Hutch more than St. Brown? That tells me y'all just figured St. Brown was going to get to the Pro Bowl. There's no way that you're going to convince me that I'm just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let me make sure I don't miss nobody, because we coming up on the end of this thing. This is just mind-boggling to me. The stat people, it's bigger than stats. This is just all right, I got to stay away from it. Ant-Man salute. Hey, they played St. Brown. I think they played St. Brown, but whatever.
Hey, those four have gone on his list now, so you know, man puts guys on lists and plays better than them. So,
hey, Luke, who do you think has been the most consistent player either side of the ball? It's freaking St. Brown. For the Lions, name me a player who's been more consistent than St. Brown. You might make the argument Penei Sewell, but I can make the argument that ain't even true.
Oh, I think Penei's been pretty solid for the most part.
But most consistent throughout the season. That's the question. Who has been the most consistent?
He's been the best right tackle in football this year.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but do you believe he has been more consistent than St. Brown this season?
I think it's close. I don't think there's a clear
We're
argument. I think
not
it's
talking close though. We're talking.
I think it's just good that
Fit-
we can say that we've got players playing to
True.
an all-pro level all season. Multiple guys. We've never
True.
talked like this, Luke.
True, but I'm just saying. Think about it, 'cause this is a damn good question. 51-49. We asking you, Anthony. 51-49. Who has been more, like? Where would you lean? 51. That the most consistent one has been Penei Sewell or St. Brown.
51-49. I'm not just disagreeing with it. I would genuinely say Penei Sewell like 51-49 because Amon-Ra just had a little dip, like not last week, but I think a couple of weeks before, he just had a tiny little dip, especially that second Chicago game. Whereas I think Penei's just done it all year. He's been consistently really good. It's very close, but I think Penei just about gets it for me.
Okay, listen, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Right? I'm just asking. I wanted a definitive answer. 51-49, meaning that more likely than not. You know what I'm saying? Where would you going with that? That's what that was. So I get it. Let's see who's joining us now. Excuse me. People, I have still been reeling back from all these sick moments. But my man, 81 is in the building. What up, though?
What's up, boys? Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, man.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Happy to see the both of you, man. And Luke, it's been a while, man.
Yeah, I'm being consistent. I'm trying to be like right now. The missus is knocked out. The kids have been preoccupied because I bought them a new video game. So they down there living their best life. I'm a little upset. Baby. Listen,
yeah, man.
I'm a little upset 'cause I started playing the damn game and I forgot I bought it for them. If you have a Nintendo Switch and you have not bought Mario World Wonders, shame on you. Okay. I am in a whole nostalgia moment of children. Like I'm a full-fledged Toys R Us kid right now. You hear me? I don't want to grow up. Okay. But Luke, I think Hutch is Kyle Vander Bosch. Shit. Hey, Luke, if the party is in, then Puka should be accepted. This is my
LaPorta been doing the damn thing as a rookie, man. Like
this is my point. I get what you're saying. I just don't. I'm having a hard time with the, I'm just having a hard time with it. That's all.
And Ant, man, shout out to you, man. You're coming over to the States soon, man.
Yeah, Rumble,
the draft, right?
I've not seen you around in ages, Rumble. I
know. I'm going to be more. I've been working with another guy. Kudos to Luke G, man. Luke G is a bridge to so many people, man. And yeah, man, I've been working with a guy. If Luke don't mind, Bandit Sports. We're happy. So I'll be on here a little bit more too, man, because I miss these chats we've had, especially with our team success, man. That's amazing thing.
Killing me, man. Like if I wasn't sick, I was at work. I'm like, bro, I just want to talk football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen. Y'all don't understand. This is therapy for me. I just want to talk football.
That's it, man. But yeah, man, Luke is, man. He's introduced me to you and your pod. It's incredible, man. So I appreciate the both of you, man. The giants in the game, man. You guys really are, something special, man. So
my
hopefully,
man Ed W says, Ant-Man, put your link in. I'll subscribe. It's linked on.
Yes, sir.
It's linked on every video. I have literally never once wavered on the people who I support being linked in all of my channels. If you scroll down, you don't even got to go down far. But if you scroll down, you will see where it says Roar of the Lions UK. Click that link. It's right there. I have never wavered once on making sure that they are a part of my videos and my support of them. So it's there.
And we appreciate it, Luke.
Hey, listen, no, y'all are doing a damn thing. I had to laugh at y'all the other day. As y'all was discussing the refs. I was like,
Oof.
You know what? First of all,
some about that England
so weird.
Right.
Yes, it's when they get upset. Holy
that
crap.
England trash talk. Oh yeah, I was laughing too, Luke. I'm right there with you, boy. They was
livid. I was like, shoot, they are pissed.
That's it, Luke. It takes a lot to make us mad. Like we will get irritated, but if you make us mad, you don't want that.
Yeah, Like, I gotta go find this damn Pro Bowl list. I can't. Everybody's still posting stuff. This is driving me nuts. I gotta see this. I have to see. Like, what the hell? Are we serious? Where the hell's the Pro Bowl team? And how did y'all find this damn thing? I got to find this. This is.
It's on the NFL's page on X, Twitter. You can see them all on there.
This is nuts. Okay. Let's take a quick gander. Down. Let me just. I just got to go and look.
Kyle Hamilton made it, Luke. So we've got that one there.
But that makes sense because people were trying to tell me he's a linebacker, but I digress. I digress. You know what I mean? Like, he's a linebacker. And I'm just like, what? Like, how? Where? They was ready to toss Kyle Hamilton out after his rookie year, and I'm like, yeah, he's not being utilized. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, we'll leave it alone.
That guy's a freaking utility knife, man.
Man, this dude is everywhere.
Yeah.
Let me see. Mitchell, I'm just trying to see this whole entire list. This is just blowing my mind. I am.
Fun thing, Luke. The Packers are one of the only 4 teams to not get someone in there. So
this is amazing to me. I'm just amazed. Like, seriously, I'm genuine. Like, when I tell you I'm genuinely amazed by this, I am genuinely amazed by this. I'm gonna tell you this. I will tell you this. I know for a fact that Michigan has one of the strongest alumni backends and non-alumni backends ever, because I have seen them get people things that they should not have gotten. I'm just like, yo, that's power. A lot of politicians and stuff go there and everything. So I get it.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Aiden Hutchinson is no way he should have been. No way.
He's probably got one of the top selling jerseys, man. It's going to be it's going to end up being like the NBA. It's like, oh, you got a top selling jersey. But no, he's fun to watch. I'm not gonna sit there. He's still a kid at heart.
I saw the new top selling jersey the other day, the number 68 that read eligible. That's going to be a very popular shirt.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah, my size was sold out, man. Wow.
I want one.
I've got to get one, man. It's a must-have.
So let's see. Let's take ganders. I just gotta look at this damn list, people. Y'all think I'm joking, but this is it. Puka has 1445 receiving yards. He's been targeted 154 times, caught 101. That's 56.75% on the catcher. Now I got to.
So that's Stafford's new.
I would just like to say, Luke, he was drafted. Round 4, round 5. I came on your show last year during Draft Stream. He was in every single mock draft I did from the start of last season to the end of it.
I agree. I agree. You did that. Listen. You're not going to hear me argue that.
Yeah,
that is his Cooper Cup.
I've got to be nice towards him. I was mock drafting him all through 2022 into 2023.
Again, I would give you that because I believe that you're right. You were one of the few. I wasn't talking about him. I didn't, So I give you that. I'm just trying to understand, how does he get in over Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like, I'm looking at the numbers. So he got 101 receptions. Amon-Ra got 112 receptions. He got 1445 yards. Amon-Ra got 1371. He's got yards per reception at 14.3. Amon-Ra 12.2. He's got 5 touchdowns. Amon-Ra got 9. He's got 12 rushing attempts. Amon-Ra got 4. He's got 89 rushing yards. Amon-Ra got 24. He had okay. Catch percentage. Puka's is 65.6% of his passes were caught. Amon-Ra 72.7. Like, first downs, Puka 66, Amon-Ra 70. Like, they both have the same amount of targets. Literally, 154 apiece. Amon-Ra caught more passes. Like, I'm just trying to. Come on, man. Let me see what else I hear. Y'all, I was getting ready to get off of every goddamn thing, and y'all went and did this. You know what I'm saying? Like what? I'm like, wait a minute. I get CeeDee Lamb. I get AJ Brown. I'm a Bucks fan too. Mike Evans had some moments, but he's also been MIA some moments too. But come on, Puka, what? Puka, what? Man, stop playing with me, man. This is come on, man.
Pikachu.
Right. Like,
Puka.
like
It's not a good week for you, is it, Lou? You got to watch Michigan go to the Natty, and now you got to deal with this as well.
I'm okay with this Michigan versus anybody but Michigan State. If Michigan played Texas, I would have rooted for Michigan. I root for my state. Like, that's just the reality. Right? But when they go against Michigan State, F them. If they went against Eastern Michigan, I can care less what Michigan does. In the state, is where I can care less. I'm serious. Outside the state, beat everybody. Beat Army, Appalachian, everybody. I can care less. But even Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans got 1223 yards, which is still less than St. Brown. Like, bruh, Mike Evans got 13 touchdowns, St. Brown got 9. Okay. But Mike Evans is a 54.7 catch percentage. I'm sorry, 59.4% catch percentage, which is way lower than St. Brown's. Come on, man. Who are these people voting? Like, come. All right, let me go down this list. I got it. Okay. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna be good, y'all. I'm gonna be good. I'm just want to look. Last thing, and then I'm gonna get us out of here. George Kittle, Sam Laporta for the 2 tight ends. All right, cool. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't like nobody else in the NFC tight ends been blowing it up. So, okay, cool. Right? But whatever. Penei Sewell is one of the tackles. All right, cool. Johnson, Trent Williams. I ain't got no arguments there. Kelsey, Frank Ragnow. All right, whatever. Defense. Montez. Okay. I'm gonna breathe through this. Y'all listen. If I have a baby before the baby comes, you know something went really, really wrong, okay? Something went really, really wrong, okay? Let me just look at this. Hold on. This is throwing me off. This is throwing me off. Let me just look at this. Hold on. So Montez Sweat made it. I know he had a really good game against the Lions. So he got 12.5 sacks. Oh, yeah, well, that'll do it for you. Yeah, because that's what gets you in. All right, 12.5 sacks. I can't. Hey, ain't nothing I can argue with on that, right? Like, there's no arguing that. All right, Nick Bosa was bit down this year. But you know what you see?
Nothing. You said bent down?
No, I said he's a bit down.
Oh, bit down. Oh, I thought I was like, damn.
Let me see. He's got 10.5 sacks this season. And 16 tackles for a loss and 35 quarterback hits. All right. And let me look at Montez Sweat's quarterback hits, and because this is just y'all, man. See, I'm just not with the fluff shit. I'm not about to make up stuff just because they on my team. I'm not. Montez Sweat has 12.5 sacks, 13 tackles for a loss, 25 quarterback hits. All right, let me look at my man Aiden because I gave him my MVP of the game. Aiden has 9.5 sacks. He has 11 tackles for a loss and 28 quarterback hits. Bro, okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me just go back up here. Let me just go back up here. Because I want to see who else on this list. I might be tripping. No, they got him at the defensive end. All right, let me just see. Kayvon. All right. Yep. Pro Bowl, some bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Kayvon Thibodeau has 15 quarterback hits, 12 tackles for a loss, 11.5 sacks. I mean, their team sucks ass. I get it, but it's a popularity contest. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. So, all right. I'm sorry. He said, push, Luke. Push. I'm trying not to. I'm just I'm just gonna leave it alone. This Pro Bowl is a joke. It is a joke if I ain't never seen one. Luke, didn't you say numbers wasn't why Amon-Ra should make the Pro Bowl? That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said it's about the situational football. But what I'm telling you is even number-wise, he's ahead of the people ahead of him. But I'm just telling you, situational football, he is way more reliable and has been more consistent as a receiver. That's what my point was. All right, I gotta get off this Pro Bowl thing because y'all gonna have me blow a gasket. I'll address this tomorrow because there's some stuff right here. Outside linebackers, Danielle Hunter, Parsons, Hassan Reddick. Inside, Bobby Wagner, Fred Warner. Safeties, Jesse Bates, Buda Baker, Julian Love. I mean, but Jalen Reeves-Maybin, I would say this. I'm okay with that one because not only has he been great special teams, every time I look up, this dude's the first one down there making the tackle. And when he comes in relief on defense, he has shown great signs of relief. But Pro Bowl's a joke, bro. I'm sorry. It's a joke.
I believe Brad Allen made special teams for the Cowboys as a match fixer as well, so that's well deserved.
You saw that one too, Rick? Yeah, that one. Yeah, man. I don't think he reported eligible though.
Yeah. Hey, it's so annoying to me because he was like 70 reported eligible, and I was like, but you never talked to him. You ran.
All those billboards over there are class. Whoever's doing that is
dude. Every billboard is lit up. Every billboard is lit up with. They got an asterisk by it, and it's like all they are full fledged. You have to Google the stories, man. It's absolutely amazing. Or the alternates, like if Aiden Hutchinson was an alternate, I could understand an alternate. Anzalone should have been an alternate. I can understand that, right? I just don't know how Aiden Hutchinson got in because the voting happened before he had this 3.5 sacks. I'm sorry, this 3-sack game against Dallas. So, and before that, he was very inconsistent and had done nothing. So it's like, it's just weird. But Rumble, give the people your final thoughts, man. Wow. That's all I can say.
Well, thanks, Luke. Yeah, man, I'm happy to see you back. Ant is, of course, always happy to see you both here doing your thing. But yeah, man, I'm with Neil. We both kind of affiliated with you. So he's kind of started Bandit Sports. So we'll be over there. If I'm not over there, who knows? I might pop in here. And I pop in every now and then in yours as well, just in the chat. But yeah, man, catch us on there. So happy for the team. I'm so happy for the fans. To say we deserve this would be an understatement. But this team has shown such resilience, and they've also shown that they're cohesive. They play together. Any coaches with any ties to any of these other teams, it seems like our guys turned it up a notch. A la Sean Payton, a la the Saints, and then the Rams. So this is the matchup everybody's talking about. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys perform against, Matt Stafford and them. But overall, man, I'm super juiced. 2024 is going to be another special year for us Lion fans. And yeah, man, we got the draft there next year. So appreciate you, Luke, as always. And yeah, man, one pride, man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the draft is gonna be lit. I have plotted a whole itinerary to get downtown. They have changed a lot of parking rules. Luckily, I got friends in good places, and so I have a place to park. But I'm gonna be in a rare form for that damn draft. People, if you see a big African American dude, with no shirt on, going full fledged, it's probably me. It's just probably.
Wait, you got buffs, right?
Yeah, listen.
You got the buffs?
So one of the buses that drive down there, I know the owner of it. So he's like, "Hey, you come with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coming with you."
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going with you. You know, shout out to my man Ben. He said Lou G made Bandit Sports happen. Big shout out to you. No, you made Bandit Sports happen. The same way Roar the Lions made their stuff. I just happen to love what y'all do and supported it. That's what I did. That's all I do. You know what I'm saying? I support when people do stuff like that. Anthony, give the people your final thoughts.
Well, I don't know. I'm speechless now. Here's to a new year. So happy new year to everyone. It is a new year for us all. It is a new future for the Detroit Lions as we head into the playoffs for the first time in 7 years, which is great. And here's the new life as well, Luke, because your other half is expecting. Again, very congratulations about that. Not sure whether the correlation between us winning the NFC North and that happening, but you know, it's a future of news for the year 2024. So let's enjoy it, let's embrace it, and hopefully we get a playoff win next week and we can really start getting excited.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect that we win that playoff game. Hey, it is what it is. He said buffs, Luke. Man, I have never been a fan of the whole Cartier movement. I've never been a fan of it. I think it's ridiculous. I think for somebody to spend that much money and you don't even need glasses is fucking stupid. That's just me. You don't need them, that's a waste of money. And I've never been big into the whole buffs and, you know, the woods, and I can care less about all that stuff.
You got to coordinate. Isn't that what Pop said?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, so I get it. But yeah, I just, man, I am truly shocked St. Brown didn't make it and Aiden Hutchinson did. I'm just, all right. Shout out to my man, two guys in the podcast. Luke, Golf takes hometown discount to extend. Let the team have money for all the youth. The deals will come up soon. I do not believe it. I do. If you telling me he's going to take $45 million a season, I would be shocked. I would be shocked, and I cannot wait to stand corrected and be like, you know what? I was wrong. I don't think for one moment he's getting less than $50 million a season. For one moment. Like, I don't think for one moment, but I get what he's saying. Make sure I don't miss nobody, man. Shout out to everybody who rocked with me. I know it's a later show than usual. It might be late tomorrow. Hopefully it don't be that way. I'll try to get on around 4, but I really be watching what's going on with Roar the Lions UK, so I try not to, like, go live when they live, so I can, like, hear.
Hey, no one's got any excuse over it. It's 2 a.m. in the morning here, so you'll have no excuse for not staying up late for this. So,
hey, listen. Hey, when y'all go on live, I be listening, then I be like, damn, do I want to do it live right now? Because I'm listening. So, you know, and then like sometimes I may not even get home in time for it because they be getting me. So yeah. He says, Luke literally just said a big black guy with no shirt on. I don't think he's coordinating anything. Hey, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. All right, people, let me get into the final thoughts. So you'd be surprised how you can coordinate, you know, a no shirt, you know. There's a lot of things you can do, you know. Shout out to everybody who showed some love and stayed up and rocked with me. I appreciate you so much. You know me, I can't end the show unless I ended on a positive note. I'm going to implore you to I heard this quote from the internet, but it went like this. There are 3 places you should not go in 2024. Above and beyond. Let me go back a little bit. I know this is for the heart. Let me get a little bit closer to the mic.
Ooh, okay? Bars. Yeah.
There are 3 places you should not be going this year. Above and beyond, the extra mile, or out of your damn way. And when I say that, I want you to understand the context of it. That is me telling you that if you're going to go above and beyond, it better be for you. If you're going to go the extra mile, it better be for you. If you're going to go out of your way, go out of your way for you. Everything else don't deserve your energy of going above and beyond. It don't deserve your energy of going the extra mile. It don't deserve your energy of going out your way. What you going out your way for if you ain't trying to better yourself? What you going an extra mile for if you're not trying to push yourself to do something that you didn't want to do that made you uncomfortable? Why are you going above and beyond anything that does not improve you? You trying to help the world, but you ain't helped yourself. You see, when you get on an airplane, one of the first rules that they tell you is if you're traveling with small children or elderly people, please secure your mask first. And when you ain't secured your mask first, I don't see how you can go above and beyond or the extra mile or even close to out your way for somebody else when you ain't took care of yourself. I know that 2024 is going to be a new thing for a lot of people. Everybody's going to come up with New Year's resolutions and different things like that. But at the end of the day, you have to focus on securing yourself first. Go above and beyond for yourself. Go the extra mile for yourself. Go out of your way for yourself. And then once you secured yourself, maybe, just maybe, you can consider reaching out and helping somebody else. That's my positive word for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for jumping in and doing it. All the guests who hopped on, Anthony Lyons Rumble, my man Ed W, John Capello, who also represented the shirt Stay Tomorrow Needs You, and also DMAP Zoom. Thank you all for there. John Jones and everybody who jumped in and talked. Put some love in the chat. My man William out there who's going to light me up probably in the Discord in a few minutes. Everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. And y'all know my slogan, man. As always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We out.